Hey everyone, just before we begin, this video is a re-edited upload of a reaction from our previous and now deleted channel, so please check that you subscribe to this new channel here, enjoy the review, and we look forward to seeing you in some new material coming very soon.
Welcome to the woods of Korea still. Yes, I'm still here. I will tell you why eventually. And yeah, because this is what the budget will allow for, this is where I am to review today's song, which is the much requested Sakura Gakuin's Heart no Hoshi, which if I'm correct is like Heart's Desire. So let's jump straight in. You guys already know what I think of them. I've enjoyed listening to them as a sort of precursor to baby metal and such like. And yes, I will be going further back in time in the whole story as you guys have requested to some of those older videos. But this one got a lot of requests, so I'm going to check it out. And yeah, interested to see, because like I say, most of their stuff has been relatively safe, as you'd expect from like a schoolgirl idol group. But they have always put that little effort in, which I think has been true of most of the artists we've listened to on this channel, which has been great. And yes, these glasses are still broken. Until I get back to Japan, I don't know how to replace them. Anyway, here we go. Heart no Hoshi, go. Yeah, that was an interesting one. And I chose the right place to do it, although I am being bothered by bugs all of the time. I don't know if this is coming across, but I've got ants and stuff on me everywhere. Hopefully after this first one, I'll get... That was still going. Hopefully after this first one, I'll get a bit more used to being attacked by bugs all the way through the videos for this batch at least. So anyway, what was I going to say? Let's actually talk about the song and the video. Well, the song, yeah, great. I loved the production. The production was really good on it. It was kind of your normal sort of cheesy, like pop, Japanese pop style thing. But... Okay, so now I've managed to clear away most of the bugs that were bothering me, and I've managed to sort out my phone falling off of where it was holding up. Let's talk about the song. So what I wanted to say about the song, first of all, well, a lot of the time we've said before, you can get a song which is really simply written and is saved by production, or you can get a song that is really complicatedly written and therefore doesn't need any particularly special production at all because the writing just shines regardless of how the sounds are put together. Now, the interesting thing about this one, the production, I guess, I mean, I like the production. I thought the production was nice. I thought the sounds were good. I thought the way it was done, it just all came across really well. But I do accept that the production was perhaps a little bit, once again, as you'd expect with Sakura Gakuin, it's kind of your traditional style idol J-pop production, you know, the twinkly synths and things like that. Nothing wrong with them. They work in context. But yeah, okay, so there's nothing pushing out the boat there particularly. We've heard those sounds a million times before. The writing, though, I really like the writing. I like the way the chorus worked. I like the sort of da-na-na-na-na-na-na chords moving along. You know, there was a lot of chord progression in there. There was a lot of writing progression in it as a general. And we were talking about the last Sakura Gakuin song, Jump Up, where it was referencing classical music in there. There's this element that there's a lot of really kinetic and detailed writing going into these songs a lot of the time, which is one of the reasons why, like I say, a lot of the bands that I listen to on this channel, I think it's a Japanese thing as a general, there's a lot of detail to the writing, there's a lot of effort in the writing, but Sakura Gakuin are one of those ones where their production rarely really does anything interesting, so it perhaps is more clear and more necessary that their writing is good, and also unusually good for a idol group who, to be honest, a lot of their fans wouldn't care if they turned in a totally average song anyway. No offense to you guys who are fans, but you guys know they got a lot of fans who just idolize the idols. So, you know, there's not so much pressure for them to do this, but they do a fantastic job anyway, which I think is, you know, is a really good thing. And I think as well we could say that it's been mentioned to me that a lot of these groups, it came up when we were talking about Karen girls as well, especially because they were much younger, but certainly groups like Sakura Gakuin, a lot of their fans are younger. They're if you like, peers of the group. They look at the artists as like a sort of an idol or a role model, but appear at the same time. So a lot of the fans might be younger and maybe not even pushing for something so interestingly written, but that was a very catchy song. Like I say, the chord progression was great, but I loved the way that they shifted it up. You know, they already had an interesting chord progression. It could have just gone round and round, but at the end it has a little shift in it. The verses are interesting. There's just a lot going on there, and it seemed that everyone got a turn to sing as well, and you had the big group bits. Again, as we've expected with Sakura Gakuin, it kind of ticks all of the boxes. Now, as I said, I'm I'm willing to listen to more if you guys ask me to. This was kind of the song I wanted to take this to as a natural progression. I think the next thing I'll be doing, obviously I'm listening to a lot of baby metal to sort of fill out that quota so that I can come up with my top 5. But also I will be going further back into the Sue metal thing and some videos I've been given from earlier in her career, auditioning for other things as well. But I do think as a general with Sakura Gakuin, this is probably my favourite one that I've heard. I would probably say it's the best one just because the writing style personally appeals to me. And I like the video as well. I got to admit, it's one of those videos that I think often when you're trying to put a story into a music video, it can be difficult because you want to make it obviously move with the music and have the right kinetic motion and feel. And you want to make it look beautiful as well. So it's eye-catching because you've got to keep the eye going at all times. So it can be hard sometimes to write a story and that's easy to follow. And I'm not 100% sure I worked out what was going on there. And like I say, I think I might have mistranslated heart no Hoshi. I'm sure that meant heart desire, but then at the end it was like heart equals earth, which apart from anything doesn't make any sense. Even if you're a hippie, that doesn't make sense. But yeah, no, that I don't particularly know what the message was there, but I did like the way it looked, and I like the fact that the girls were acting. Like I say, they appeared to be a bit older in this one. That might just be the way it's presented, but I love this sort of acting. I love the fact you saw their personalities come across, which is a good thing to do in an idol thing anyway, because obviously you're trying to sell the girls on their individual qualities as well. Their individual personality qualities is a big thing with the idol groups to begin with anyway. I know this is all extra to the music, but it's worth talking about when you're talking about the video. But still, there was a nice acting element. I did like the contrast of them doing their normal choreographed weird schoolgirl things mixed with the weird Lord of the Flies meets Peter Pan thing going on there. Maybe you guys can tell me if this was something to do with one of the subgroups that they have, or maybe they've got like Peter Pan Club. I don't know. I mean, but there was a lot of interesting things to unpack in that one. Overall, though, if we're getting down to the basics, it was an interesting, eye-catching video with a good atmosphere and a lot of personality that I do think requires more listens to really get to the bottom. More watches to get to the bottom of. The song, I don't particularly think requires extra listens to get to the bottom of. It was quite simply produced, and the writing was, as you'd expect, easily accessible, but it was very enjoyable, and I think it more requests re-listens. I think it's something where if I'm thinking I want to listen to some sort of fluffy, light-going pop, which is, it's an honest thing. I think some people think, oh, fluffy, light-going pop, that's background music, but you can sometimes just be in a good mood and want to listen to some fluffy, good, light pop, and that would actually be something which I would put quite high up on that list. I mean, I know some people get snobby about it, but that is a genuine type of music that sometimes you're in the mood to listen to, and this is a good example of that. It's not challenging, it's got interesting, it's got enough chords to keep it from getting boring, it's got a good progression, it's accessible, it's palatable, it's just good. I think it's the best Sakura Gakuin song I've heard to this point. Anyway, there's not much more I can add to that, but as always, I'm interested to hear more suggestions. Like I said, I'm willing to listen to more Sakura Gakuin if you guys can think of something interesting to add to it, and I might just wander down that path anyway, but I'm maybe not gonna, I haven't got any more Sakura Gakuin planned at the moment. So anyway, for now though, from Korea, from the woods, ciao.